Hi, I'm Lilli and Carey.
Hi, Carey.
And we did a cross between cross-step waltz and swing, both East Coast swing and West Coast swing. And we're dividing the video into 2 shares tonight
because we did beefy moves.
We did quite a lot. So we're going to catch the rest of it next week. We started off with leads inside turns, and these came from swing. This would be East Coast swing, where we're going through. And let's just go that way. So at the end of my basic, I'm going to open, clear up to roughly this position. So that when I slide down, and that's exactly what I'm doing, to slide down, I can duck under on count 1.
She's got to go on 1.
I gotta rock and roll.
Looks like this.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, slide down, 1, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1. Doing it again. Actually, let's add the multiples in.
Yep. So then, what's happening if we go through this? She's coming through 1, 2, 3. I come through 4, 5, 6. My turn is finishing at the end, so either we turn that into a tuck and head into that next piece, or as I'm rotating, she just comes up from behind,
and I go again.
I travel, I finish turning, and there she is.
All right, so I'm going to try to keep my hands a little farther out in front of me so that it encourages her to travel.
One more time.
One more time. Let's slide out. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 1 and 4. I keep going. And 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Free spin. And 1. All right. And we added a new move tonight. So this one comes out of West Coast swing. And we're going to start off with a tuck and turn, but we're going to switch to right and do a little bit of a counter. It also pulls in a pull by, which would be something like this. Right? Yeah. So similar. Going right into it. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. Catch the shoulder. 4, 5, 6, and 1. Now, one of the things I want to do is I want to be able to catch her momentum and redirect it back forward. So I'm not catching and pushing. I'm allowing her to come on. I'm coming on to that foot and send her back out again.
She's really, at every point of this, every time she wants me to go, she's stepping to ask for it. So that first piece, we got 1, 2, 3, forward. She's going to step back and step forward. And that really provides this wonderful, comfortable meeting experience for me.
Yeah. The other thing that's kind of nice about this is I'm using a little bit more rotation than I might have to. So 1, 2, 3, right to right, that rotation right there. Notice I am not just moving her with my arm straight back. I'm not just moving my arm to send her into rotation. I'm rotating my own body, right? And that's going to create a different experience, really, for both of us.
And leads for leading this socially, if you have a follow who isn't used to rotating into their connection, then give them lots of spool and really encourage them to keep going after their tuck and turn. But you know, if you have a follow that already does a lot of that, then you can rotate a little bit less and accommodate.
And you'll get, yeah, absolutely.
One more time.
This way. 1 and 4.
I keep going.
1.
I keep going.
4 and out. And we had 2 other moves had similar qualities. The first one, we added this one new this evening, and it's from Swivels in Swing.
Yeah.
So, which would just be like this, right? But in cross-step waltz, I'm only going to get really a couple of sets. I get two sets. So, like the last move, I'm going to open my partner up a little bit at the end of my basic so that I've got some agency to bring them into a low-handed tuck.
Yeah, feels like a tuck.
And 1, 2, 3, 4.
Lift open. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Walk
Walk it out.
and 1. And same thing. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1.
One of the things we really talked about is that that low hand isn't doing the driving. She is moving herself and me in and out into this tuck and then release. And this front hand is going compress, release to be a stabilizer for the move. So if you watch, it's really not doing anything but telling me to keep coming but stopping my motion.
So there's the stop. I'm just going to do a couple of them.
But it's not tense the whole time. We compress and then we have that release.
Absolutely. The other one we did is a downbeat hesitation, which we will review next week, but we'll throw on this video.
We played with it a little last week.
And so what's really nice about this is that sometimes something goes awry and you find you're off the beat, or musicians throw in an extra 3 beats.
Or for some reason, you start in backing with a twinkle, where we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. And now we're back on the beat.
And I can change it. If I do 1, it changes the downbeat. If I do 2, it stays the same, and it works out to be just a really nice hesitation variation. It's great for those pieces of music that have just really lovely, strong downbeats. It's a way to be musical in waltz. There's lots of ways, but not as many as some other dances. So this is a great way to do it.
It starts just like the last move, where she is allowing me to open up a little bit so that she can really bring me to face in essentially a tuck, but this time she's doing something different with her weight.
So I've got my weight back. So notice I'm keeping her weight over this foot here, right? And then we step through. 4, 5, 6, 1. All right? And I think that's it.
Yeah?
We'll be back next week to finish up the rest of the session.
I love it.
Thanks everyone for coming.
Thanks, guys.